Hello, hello. How is everyone doing today? It's Witchy Wednesdays, you guys. Witchy Wednesdays. That's bubbles are the witchiest thing that I that I have. They're more whimsical, but oh, I went to the wrong thing. Okay, I'm supposed to be here. This is where I'm supposed to be. I'm already I oh no, I'm supposed to be here. I made a whole thing for it and then forgot to go to it because this is all new for me and I'm very excited and also I feel so like naked without my guitar. Um, how are you guys? Justin, thank you so much for resubscribing. Thank you. Aaron, hello. Thank you for the hug. McNoshave, hello. Chew King, hello. Tesno Pesno, hello. How is everyone? Expression, you're still in bed? Oh no. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, I'm sending you Reiki today. Is it any better? You've been injured for a while. Is it any better than it was on Monday? Like, are you seeing any improvement? Ooh. Hey, Aaron, you got a splinter through a callus? That's a horrible way to start the day. That's like one of the worst ways to start the day. Great way to end the day, though. Assembling furniture for one of the NFL rookies on the Packers. That's pretty cool. Rough start, good ending. Splinter wasn't that bad. Through a callus, so no blood and minimal pain. Okay, so kind of lucky it went through the callus and not just into your skin, I suppose. I recently got like back-to-back paper cuts and I was like, what is going on here? Like, what is happening? It's always like some of those like those little injuries can sometimes be just so frustrating. Boss Baby Steel, hello. How are you? I am here. I am here for you guys. 3 small walks today, a little better. Okay. 3 small walks is good. How's the smoke? It is not great. I went for 1 small walk today and I've been pretty woozy today, not gonna lie. I'm like woozy and like sleepy and like yeah, it's definitely better. Monday was the worst day. Monday was really tough. It's definitely better. McNoshave sent me an air purifier, so now my air is being purified. So that could also be why it's a bit better. But yeah, it's still pretty hazy out there. Definitely getting better, but still pretty hazy. I went for like a small walk around the block and like my heart was like pounding. Like I went out for, I don't know, 15 minutes and my heart was like thumping from from like just the exertion of just like walking and breathing. But it's okay. It could be worse. At least here we're just dealing with smoke. We're not like being evacuated or like worried about our, friends and our families and our homes and our pets and everything. Like at least here in Toronto, all we're dealing with is smoke. So gotta count my blessings, It's not great, but it could be so much worse. It's a lot worse in Manitoba where they're being evacuated and everything. So can't complain about a little smoke. Just gotta take it easy. So it's kind of good. I'm not singing today. We're gonna like try something different with you guys today. Or we're gonna do like all tarot readings all night. What do you guys think? We're gonna chat. We're gonna do some tarot. We're gonna chat somewhere. We're gonna do some tarot somewhere. I'm gonna break out like all my different decks. We'll have some fun. We'll have some fun. Hopefully you guys will have fun too. Hopefully you guys will have some fun too. I do have my guitar in case, like, just in case. I couldn't not have it. I had to have it close by just in case, but hopefully we can just hang out and see how it goes. And you guys can tell me, like give me your feedback if there's anything you would want to see me do on Witchy Wednesdays. This is like the first one. So let's play Sims. The guitar has to stay close, just like Pikachu. They're both close at all times. The guitar and Pikachu. Pikachu's always here, just like lurking, waiting for his moment. Some ground rules about Witchy Wednesday, because I want to talk to you guys about beliefs and things that we believe. And so I want you guys to treat this like show and tell. You know, like if you were a kid and you were in school and you were doing show and tell, and this is specifically about like beliefs and what different people believe, not about your feedback on the stream. You're more than welcome to give me feedback on the stream, please, in any way that you like. But in terms of other people's beliefs, I'd love for us to think of it like show and tell. So like, let's say it was school and we were doing show and tell and someone was like, here's my pet rock. And I love my pet rock. You probably wouldn't be like, hey, your pet rock is stupid because I have a pet dog. You'd probably be like, oh, cool pet rock. Different to your pet rock, I have a pet dog. And just kind of leave it at that, you know what I mean? Do you guys know what I mean? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? So I don't want us to get into like, you know, it's okay to not agree with each other, but it's like you can be like, oh, you have a pet rock, I have a pet dog. Cool. That's that, you know? It's about sharing. It's about sharing, not about like convincing each other of our way, you know? So I'm always going to share with you guys like what I believe and the way I see the universe, but I'm not here to like convince you to see it my way. I'm just here to share. And if you dig it, you dig it. And if you don't, that's okay too. We don't have to agree on every single thing. Pocket Burrito, you thought I was adding a chat stream, not replacing the Wednesday stream. You thought it was going to be 3 streams a week. I would love for it to be 3 streams a week. I would love that. I thought we would test it out. We would test it out today, see how it goes. We'll just see. And then maybe I can add a 3rd stream later on. But for now, we're just seeing. We're just seeing what you guys like, what you don't like, how it goes. Today would be really tough for me to sing anyways because of the smoke and the wildfires and the smoke and everything. So we're just going to test it out today and see how you guys feel. See how it goes. It's a trial run. It's just to see. Hopefully we'll have 3 streams a week in the future. 2 music streams, 1 weirdo voodoo stream. We very well could get there. 2 music streams, 1 weirdo voodoo stream. We could absolutely maybe get there. We're just gonna take it one step at a time. Today we're just gonna see. We're just gonna hang out. We're gonna see how it goes. We're gonna see what feedback you guys have for me. And then we're gonna go from there. Pet rock is mentioned in your book. Can you elaborate on that? Yeah, that is valid feedback. If you guys want 2 music streams and 1 chatting stream, that is great feedback. We'll also see like how long the stream goes for today. Like, I don't know that I can do, like, that we will end up doing 2 to 3 hours of, like, just tarot and chatting, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it's, like, 2 long music streams, 1 short, like, chatting tarot stream. Yeah, let's see. Let's start with today. Give me your feedback. Feed me your feedback, and we'll go from there. You're debating robots on Reddit? Is Reddit all ChatGPT robots now? You can also start with chat and change to music. I could also do that. I could also start with chat and switch to music. So that could be it too. I think you guys voted last time, and the votes were for like a full chatting tarot stream. So that's what we're gonna do today. And we're just gonna see how it goes. You guys voted, this is what you asked for, so this is what we're gonna try out. And then keep your feedback, keep the feedback coming. Okay, yeah, we'll steer clear from debates. We'll share. We won't debate, we'll share. And, yes, and each other. Our tarot reading is going to be point readings today. Okay, so how I was envisioning today, I'll tell you guys. I'm not going to smack my deck. I'm going to put you down for a sec. How I was envisioning today is individual readings are still point redemption. But I'm going to do like a few different kinds of readings. So I'm going to do one reading for like everyone's like job situations. I'm going to do a reading for like love situations. So I'm going to do like a few, usually I just do one general reading for everybody, everything. But today I'm going to break it down into different kinds of like categories, but more as a general reading. So if you don't have love situations, it could be friend situations. There's going to be different categories. And if there's a category that you want a general reading for, you guys can just let me know. You don't have to do like a point redemption per se. You can just let me know. Similar to song requests, and like this brings up a good point. Maybe there should be a way to like tarot theme request. But yeah, you guys can let me know if you're like curious about work, if you're curious about love, if you're curious about a friendship situation. You can just let me know like kind of the theme of what you're interested in hearing about, and then I'll do like a general reading for friendship, a general reading for love, a general reading for work. Cool? Yeah, I've heard that the robots are taking over Reddit, which is terrible because that's the whole point of Reddit. It's like real people saying real stuff. Who hasn't lost brain cells on Reddit? Chuking, you're interested in a reading for your whole country. A reading for the United States of America. Okay. You got it. Any particular deck that is speaking to you? You let me know. I'm going to start with a like reflection card for the stream. And then I'll do the deck that has a tower. You got it. In a reading for Canada. Okay, you guys have got it. I'll do a reflection card for the stream. Then I'll do a tarot reading for the US. And then a tarot reading for Canada. Absolutely. Alrighty, let's cut the energy. Can we please get a single card reflection for today's stream? Our first Witchy Wednesday stream. Let's see what we've got. Ooh. Today's card is the Wheel of Fortune. Do you believe in karma? Friends, do you believe in karma? Do you believe in karma? It did fall out. My boss is mean. Can the cards guide me? Let's see. Oh, let's see. You believe in good karma, but not bad karma. How does that work exactly? If you do something good, good comes back to you, but if you do bad, nothing happens to you? Is that it? Tesno says, I believe that if you have bad habits, they might kick back, and vice versa. If you have good habits, they might kick back. You could just kick a soccer ball in a field and... That's the advice. That's the advice for your boss. Kick a soccer ball in a field. Get your anger out. I think good tends to come back around, but the bad guys seem to get ahead. Interesting. Do you think that the bad guys are truly happy? Do you think that they feel joy and contentment? Or do you think they feel empty and hollow with a black hole of shame inside of them? Just wondering. Just wondering what you think. I believe that karma exists, but other forces also exist and can be powerful enough to neutralize it. Go on. What can neutralize karma? Hold on, you guys. I'm just gonna turn my AC down because it's like a little bit high. I'm a little bit cold. Okay. Let's see. I can't think they knew. I'm thinking oil execs and such. You can't be happy to not just walk away with your money and go enjoy your family and friends. Let's do a little tarot card reading for the United States of America. Can we please get a single card message for the US right now? There's a lot going on. One single card for our American friends about the US right now. It's interesting. I've never done a tarot reading for a country before. I can't grab it. Okay. Alrighty, let's see. The card for the US is the King of Swords. The King of Swords depicts a powerful and courageous mind. You've closed your eyes to see within. By observing both your internal and external world without judgment, you've integrated acuity that is unwavering. Connected to your innate power that ripples across the universe, you lean into its intelligent workings. Able to grasp the impact you have on the world around you, you know to proceed with care. Living in your truth establishes you as an authority that others can rely upon. You're well respected. Yet another reason to use your powers wisely and with integrity. Your inner knowledge will continue to inspire you as you inspire others. Logic will inform your rule. Serve your kingdom as you let objectivity with a pinch of instinct lead. You are bound to reign with fairness. That's such an interesting card for the US. Okay, has anyone seen The Newsroom? Have you guys ever seen that show, The Newsroom? In the first episode, they're talking about America, and someone poses the question, what makes America the greatest country in the world? And someone stands up, I can't really remember, someone stands up and says, it's not, but it could be. And everyone in the room is like, oh, what do you mean America's not the greatest country in the world? Like, how could you say that? And that is kind of what this card is all about. Like, America has so much potential to be a world leader, to inspire others, to inspire the world, if there is fairness, if there is integrity. And this card also talks about reflecting, looking within. I think it's a really interesting time right now for Americans. You guys can tell me if you're wrong. This is just what I'm getting. If I'm wrong, this is just what I'm getting from the cards. This card to me is indicating that Americans right now are looking around at each other, at themselves, and going, is this who we are? Is this, like, America? Is this the country I believe in? Is this the country that I stand for? Like, we have all this power, we have all this might, and like, is this who we are? Like, this card represents looking inward, looking at your own power, looking at your capabilities, and going like, who am I? Like, what do I want to do with this power that I have? Do I want to be fair? Do I want to lead with integrity? Absolutely, the government is like not who the people are. But I think like the people maybe are looking at each other going like, who are we as a people? Who are we as a country? Who are we as a people? Because it seems, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, it seems like there's a divide between like America from an outside perspective seems a bit divided right now in terms of like, what do the people stand for? Like, are the people agreeing with each other? Are the people feeling good about the country and like what the country stands for? Are the people aligned with the government or not aligned with the government? Like, there's a lot of, this card represents a lot of like internal reflection on like power and integrity and fairness, and like, if we have all this power, what are we doing with it? And is this like what we want to do with it? So that's what this card is all about. And to me, it kind of simplifies that, like, maybe at this current point in time, maybe America isn't the greatest country in the world, but could it be? Could it be, again, with integrity, with fairness, to go along with that power? That is from the card. This is not my personal opinion on America. That is what I'm getting from this card for you guys, for America. Let me know what you think, if that's what you were expecting or not. Were you hoping to get the tower? Were you hoping to get to get the tower? It's all falling apart. Is that what you were hoping for? Oh, and Pocket Burrito asked for a card to see how the stream will go. Ooh, okay. Kinman, can you make a list? Can you capture all the asks of what we're doing tarot readings for me, please? I think I need to do a Canada one for how the stream is going, and one for McNoshave. I think that's all the ones that we've got so far. You didn't want the tower, but I wanted it to be available as a choice. Nice. Probably time for we the people to take back the government. Sometimes I'm like, how does one go about starting a revolution? Like, how do you just start that? How do you just start a revolution? Does anyone know? Anyone have any ideas? What deck do we want for Canada? Same deck? Different deck? Canada's like on fire right now. Same deck? I'm thinking same deck. Luton, hello. Welcome in. Are you joining in the middle of democracy? We're doing tarot readings, and we started with a tarot reading for the US as a whole, so that led to discussion. You need at least 2 people and a clear cause. So many ways to start a revolution. Talk about a revolution, well, you know. Most spontaneous things were not as spontaneous as they seemed. Yeah, like, obviously a lot of work. Like, I wouldn't even know where to begin. Like, get rid of the 40-hour work week. How do I personally go about abolishing the 40-hour work week? Like, does anyone have any ideas? How do we do that? All right, let's get a reading for Canada. Can we please get a single card message for Canada? For Canada. Interesting. Four of Swords. The Four of Swords represents the need for recovery. You might have felt like you've been sinking for a while, and it's time to recuperate before you move forward. Withdraw to connect to you. No one seems to be very good at this in our time. In our culture of being busy, we often romanticize pushing towards the next peak as soon as we hit a valley. But if you have no time or space to take a break, eventually you will get knocked down and be forced to spend time recovering. In effect, this constant up and down of extremes ends up being less efficient than simply incorporating more rest into your life. When you balance effort and ease, as the sun finds a balance with the moon, you mirror the natural world you are a part of. Oh man, this is so funny. This is so funny for Canada. Nature's intelligence will reward you for adapting its cycles. You'll reach your next summit sooner because you won't need to recover on the way. You win time, and you will have a generally more wholesome experience of the world. Great challenges can be faced after you build up your mental energy by slowing down. This is your permission to take a break. Your rest is sacred. This is a great card for Canada. I feel like Canada has just been like through it. We had no prime minister. Now we have that new guy. It's just been like a bit of a ride for Canada. Our housing market is absolutely like tanking. And this card is like, whoa. Like, can we like take a break as a country? Like, can we like chill out and like try to find some balance? Like, it's like we've been like this and then this. It's like now we're on fire. Like, first we didn't have a prime minister. Now we're on fire. Then we were trying to get absorbed into the United States. Now we're on fire. Like, it's just been like one crisis after another for Canada. And like we need rest. We need a rest. Canada needs a rest. It needs a break. This country needs to just like run smoothly for like a little bit. Like, can we trade political leaders? No. No. It's like that in every country, frankly. But Canada is like Canada's just like a rinky-dink little Mickey Mouse Babytown Frolics country. It's Weenie Hut Juniors over here. Like, we're not used to like all this like drama. We're not used to all this. Like, yes, there's always something going on, but like lately it's been like the people are riled up in a way that the people have not been riled up. We're just a little guy. We're just a little guy. And the people are riled up in Canada. Like, people are upset. People are unhappy. And I think this card is all about, like, the people might need to, like, take a step back. Part of it, too, is, like, a lot of Canadians are, like, watching American news intensely. And, like, yes, it has an impact. Yes, it's important to know what's going on. But sometimes, like, at the beginning of the year, I was making myself sick, like, reading all these, like, tariff things every single day and, like, being, like, worked up and, like, worked into a frenzy about, like, whether or not we're gonna need to, like, take up arms and, like, fight for our country. Like, we were all, like, in particular was getting so riled up at the beginning of the year. And it's like, maybe we just, as a country, need to, like, take a minute, all the people, take a rest, like, reevaluate what really matters. Maybe we just need a little rest. Like, not saying that it's not important, but, like, this card is saying maybe we just need a little rest from all the... I'm just a baby. We're just a baby, really. That's what the cards are saying. Canada needs a rest. We need a break. We need to chill. We need to chill a little bit. We need to stop thinking we're going to end up going to war, because we're probably not going to go to war. And even if we are going to go to war, like, stewing about it now is not going to help. And that's the thing, right? It's like, being upset about it every single day is actually not going to solve anything at all. And so the card is like, maybe rest. Maybe rest a little bit. If there is a war, you'll be rested. If there's no war, you'll be glad you weren't stressing about the war that there never was. Is that what you guys were expecting for cards for the countries? Let's do McNoshave's card next, and then we'll do one for like the general stream and how it's gonna go. Abolish 40-hour work week. Unionize and strike. It's how we got down to the 40-hour work week in the first place. That's what we need to do. Unionize and strike. All of us unionize, all of us strike. What do you think? That new guy, yeah. People just want stability, but leaders are wrecking everything. They really are. We should be advanced enough as a species that war should never have to exist again. I am with you. I'm so with you there. I'm 100% with you. All right, let's do the reading for McNoshave for the boss situation. The boss situation. What were the specifics? My boss is mean. I didn't say it wouldn't be political. I said we wouldn't debate. It's show and tell. Everyone is allowed to share their opinion, but no one is allowed to tear down anyone else's opinion. Got it? Everyone is allowed to share, but we can't tear each other down. We're here to build on each other's ideas. That's how we start a revolution, guys. It's like brainstorming. You feed off of each other's ideas. You don't tear them down. And that is the key. That is the key thing here. Okay. Let's go. Kinman is signed up. All right. Let's call energy. McNoshave's boss is mean. What guidance do you have? Can we get a single card message, please, for some guidance? A single card message. Guidance for a mean boss for McNoshave. No revolutions here. Of course not. Is it treason to talk about revolutions? Oh. This is an interesting card. 10 of Cups. I am connected. You are so loved. Lean into your existing bonds, for their solid foundation withstands the shifting dunes of life. This card denotes fulfillment in your relationships, an overall rainbow-filled outlook. You can enjoy easeful and loving dynamics with those close to you. The structure and freedom you have cultivated together make up the feeling of a loving home. The ease of your connection reflects the pink skies of your inner development. You have integrated your heart's truths and are now aligning your actions accordingly. You're gonna hate this card. You're gonna hate this card for a mean boss. The sturdy authenticity continues to deepen your relationships to others and yourself. We are linked in this life like the dunes to the wind to the skies, and the skies to the sun. When we lift up the individual, it benefits the collective, for we are all one. Make an effort to empower each other's highest selves, for if everyone feels free to share their gifts, the world exists in harmony. This outlook is as golden as the sun. Okay. Before I talk about that, Roxy, hello, welcome in. Yes, we're striking, we're unionizing, we're raging. You'll make the signs. Perfect. We're not a cult, but we are gonna overthrow. I mean, nothing, whatever. It's just chill. It's just chill. We're not doing a revolution. Not a cult, not a revolution. Just hanging, just vibes. There's also a game tarot? A game tarot? You like the head thing better. Friends. I recently chat is also a game and music. Oh, like a game category? Tess, no, I'm confused. Okay. Friends. I'll tell you what happened to me. I'll tell you what happened to me recently. I'm going to tell you a little tale. So, just if it's more fitting. What do you guys think? Did it work today? I put the stream under just chatting, right? Did it work? Is it under just chatting? Okay, here's a tale. Here's a tale of something that recently happened to me. I was in a tricky situation at work, and I was very stressed out, and I was like, you know, what's gonna happen? I'm being, like, victimized. I'm, you know, being treated unfairly. My boss is being mean to me, etc. I had all of those thoughts in my head. And then I remembered something really cool. I was sitting around thinking about my life, and I was thinking about, you know, oh, things are unfair. Oh, no. boss is mean, blah, blah, blah. I was thinking about all that stuff. And then I remembered something really cool. And that's what this card is talking about. I remembered love, you guys. I remembered love. I was like, well, wait a minute. I am loved. I am so loved. That was the first thing this card said. Hello, Hypercats. Welcome in. That was the first thing this card said was, I am so loved. You are so loved. You're loved by your friends. You're loved by your family. You're loved by the divine. You're loved by your chosen family. You are loved. You're loved by me. We're loving each other. Like, you are so, you're so loved. And as that began to like percolate, I thought, does any of it matter? Like, does it actually matter that, you know, my boss is mean or not mean or this or that, or like whatever is happening at work that is making me feel like my boss is being mean to me or I'm being treated unfairly? Like, does any of that really truly matter if at the end of the day I have love? And I thought, would I trade my love? Would I trade the love of my mom, of my dad, of my brother, of my friends, any of the love that I have in my life, would I trade it for a smoother work situation or for better treatment at work or for... And I was like, no, I wouldn't, because like love is the ultimate thing. It's the ultimate thing. Like, that's what else is there in this world that's better than loving one another and feeling love? And furthermore, if you're like, well, I don't know if I'm really loved, you love yourself. And there's things in your life that you love, like maybe your hobbies, maybe your pets, maybe like the way the sun shines. Like, there is love all around you. Even if you're like, maybe like I don't have a partner, I don't have this, or I don't have that. There is love all around you. And that's what this card is all about. It's all about the love that you're feeling. Here it is like, they do kind of look like a couple, but it's about love. It's about that like flowing love that's all around you. And when you're entering into a tricky situation, whether it's like a work situation or if it's like, you know, I went out to dinner and the server got my order wrong and gave me the wrong food or whatever, or they were rude to me. It's like when you sit back and go, oh, wait, I'm loved. It's like, oh, I don't actually need to like be rude to you or like be angry about this. Like, at the end of the day, like, look at this, look at that rainbow of love. Look at those golden cups, a rainbow of just like pure love. Look at it. And it's like, do we really need to be stressing about a mean boss? Yeah, it sucks. It sucks to have a mean boss. But like, are you loved? Do you have love? Do you have love all around you and inside of you and everywhere? Furthermore, one more thing I'm going to say about mean bosses or bad bosses or whatever you want to call it. Everyone is just a grown-up child. We're all just big children. We're all just, ooh, look at that rainbow. Thank you, Tesna Now we're all just big kids. Like, you don't really like transform from like a kid into an adult. Like, we're all just kids in bigger bodies. And when someone's being mean to you or being bad to you, imagine they're a little kid. Imagine their inner child. And imagine if like you really want to say what you were gonna say. That's been helping me a lot. When someone like annoys me, I recently heard this about how to raise your vibration, raising your consciousness. And I recently heard that one way is to do exactly that. Like, when someone is like irking you and you're like, oh, like you're really frustrating me and annoying me, it's like, now imagine they're a little kid. You'd be like, okay, it's annoying, but like you probably don't know any better. Yeah, it's annoying, but you're probably lashing out because you had a bad day. Or you're probably lashing out because like you're tired or you're hungry or because someone else was mean to you. And like we give kids that benefit of the doubt, but somehow like when we get bigger, we're like, oh no, like you should magically be like a healed, complete, whole person who never makes mistakes and never lashes out and like never never acts on your baser instincts. You should somehow like turn 18 and just magically be different. And it's like, no, we're all just kind of like kids. So the next time someone is, you know, irking you, remember you are so loved. And like we're all just kids trying to make our way in the world and feel loved and seen and heard. I hope that helps. I know that's probably not what you want to hear, but I hope that helps. An anonymous gifter, thank you so much for the gifted sub. Thank you. It's Witchy Wednesday. We've got bubbles. We've got bubbles today. I like that thought. Loving the job and loving the team is maybe enough common ground to move forward. I love that thought. I think that's a great thought. We're past the honeymoon. I love Twitch, but we're past the honeymoon stage. Luton, you are so loved. You're so loved. Take Twitch to Winners, Marshalls. Get some wall art. Does Winners exist in other countries? Like, no, Shiv, you should most definitely be packing. I would encourage you to pack. I love the rainbows. Love all the rainbows. Tasno, you've always been told you're childish. Like, we all are. The bubbles blew my mind. They're so random. I'm so happy about it. I'm thrilled. I'm honestly thrilled about the bubbles. It's great. It's like, kind of like, I don't know. What do you guys have in America? It's just like a clothing store. It's a clothing store, but it's full of like all the clothing that like fell off a truck. It's like really random. It's like the big brand name stores, I don't know, had like one random piece of clothing left and they wanted to get rid of their inventory, so they like gave it to Winners. So Winners is like all like random. Sometimes you'll find like multiple pieces, but sometimes it's just like random stuff from like random brands that like they had one of it or two of it maybe, so they gave it to Winners to sell at a discount. Or like this, it used to be really like a little bit more shady. Like the zipper was sewn on inside out, or like the label was sewn on upside down. So like the brand name can't sell it, so they would give it to Winners because like they messed up the stitching or like something weird. But now it's a bit more like reputable. Now it's a bit more like nice, like a mix of like kind of cheaper and like nicer clothing. But a lot of kind of like one-off brand name stuff. We have H&M. We have H&M. Yeah, Winners and Marshalls are like the same thing. I just pictured a really cool crystal ball and a thrift store witch costume. Bubbles did not cross my mind. I could put on a more witchy costume for sure. You have B quality stuff here and there. Oh, you have Marshalls. Okay, so Winners and Marshalls are the same thing. They're like the same owner for whatever reason. But sometimes it's Winners, sometimes it's Marshalls. Not sure why. We have both. Sometimes they're attached in their one store and it's Winners, Marshalls. Sometimes they're two separate stores, but they have all the same merchandise. What's next on my list? Tarot card reading for the stream for Witchy Wednesdays, I think. Tarot card reading for Witchy Wednesdays, I think, is what we've got next. Then I'm feeling like a relationship card from the Animal Spirit deck. Yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do that after. How are you guys feeling? Vibe check. How's everyone doing? How are you enjoying this so far? What is tomorrow, expression? Vibe check. How are you guys doing? How are you enjoying this? More intense and more chill. Great. Love it. Oh, TJ Maxx. Okay, I have heard tell of this TJ Maxx. I've heard of that before. There's no breaks. It's just all me, baby. Stream day. Stream day tomorrow, so you want to be healed. I still think you could stream sitting down, you know? Or from bed. Stream from bed. We'd be into it. A sitting down stream? You don't have to dance the whole time for the people. Ow. I got a paper cut on my neck. Okay. Let's do a card reading for, like, the stream. How it's going, how it's gonna continue to go. How it's going so far and how it will go. This whole Witchy Wednesdays thing. As per Pocket Burrito's request. And let me know. Let me know if there's any other general readings you guys want to hear after this. Is it raining? I think it might be raining. Oh no, you guys. Oh no. Okay. I'm gonna be right back. I just have to grab something from outside because it looks like it's raining. I'll be right back in just one moment. Think about what you would like to have tarot readings about in general. I'm going to do one for Witchy Wednesdays to see how it's going. Then I'm going to do one for, like, some sort of relationship. I'm not sure yet. I feel like there's a message in the Animal Spirit deck. I'm not sure it's like if it's a love relationship or a friend relationship. But I'm going to... Maybe it is a love relationship. It's a deep relationship. That's what I'm getting. There's, like, some sort of, like, deep relationship that I need to pull a card for. So I'm going to do that. A deep relationship card next. And then more card readings. And I would love to know where you guys are at in your healing journey. That is the question for today. Where are you at in your healing journey? I'm gonna go rescue my furniture. I'll be back in just one moment. Hello. I've returned. Everything is safe. Everything is safe. The beanbag was not out there. Luckily, the beanbag was not out there. The beanbag is inside already. Yes, Luton, I have a giant beanbag. I have a giant beanbag. It's not in here. It's not outside. It's in the living room. So it is safe. I just had some other little cushions and things outside. But everything is safe now. Do not worry. Yeah, it's a huge one. It's like, I don't even know. It's big. It's like, it said it was going to be 6 feet, but I think it's actually 5 feet because I can't like smush it all the way flat. But 5 feet is pretty legit for a beanbag. It's like 5 feet by like 3 feet or something. Just pretty big. It's pretty solid. I don't know what's going to happen to it in the winter. I'm kind of scared, but we're just going to have to find out. Pick a random person chat and just do a random reading for them specifically. I nominate New Type. Does New Type consent? Tesno, you're not sure if you're saving for number one fan or Legend of Taylor the Grape. That is a great question. Legend of Taylor the Grape is not that good. It's not that great of a song. It only cost that much because people were requesting it too much. Ooh, it's true. Cat's vibrations are very soothing. Okay, let's do a card reading for Witchy Wednesdays, as per Pocket Burrito's request. Can we please get a single card to tell us about the Witchy Wednesday stream and how it's gonna go? That was fast. Let's see. What have we got here? Yeah, it kind of flipped over. Kind of flipped over and out. But it didn't fall on the floor. Page of Pentacles. Step by step, I learn the way. The Page of Pentacles shows that you are starting an endeavor with the willingness to take the necessary steps, eventually leading to your desired destination. Yay! You guys, that's so exciting! There is much to overcome. Oh. But you know, to first obtain a solid overview of the challenges ahead, assess the situation with curiosity, gather resources, and map out the steps ahead. You're prepared to acquire the competence that each stage might require. I really want to acquire the competence, you guys. Rely on a method to tackle them one by one, but do keep an amateur's mind. The Page of Pentacles is the ultimate apprentice. Imagine that you are a beginner and that the cosmos wants to experiment through you. This is so exciting for me. When you don't presume to already know all the answers, you leave room for your own growth. Keeping an inquisitive and diligent attitude, you can trust that your hard work will pay off. Remember, there is no rush, simply life to be experienced. Look around you, for there are many riches to be found along the way. May the journey itself become part of the reward. That's such an exciting card for Witchy Wednesdays. I love this. What a great card. Absolutely. We're taking it with an amateur's mind. We're going to enjoy the journey. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I was really nervous for today. I was like, oh my gosh, what if I run out of things to say? What if I don't have my guitar? And I was really nervous to start, but this honestly really excites me because I would love to do more tarot readings, more of this kind of stuff for you guys. I just find it so fulfilling and fun. The music absolutely too is also fulfilling and fun, but both. Why not both? Welcome back, everyone who is stuck in the ads. The card we got for the Witchy Wednesdays stream is Page of Pentacles, the ultimate apprentice. Just taking it one step at a time, learning along the way. I love this card. Give me your feedback. Let me know what's working, what's not working. I'm gonna see what works, what doesn't work. I think there's already some things we love so far, like bubbles. I think bubbles are fun. I don't know if it's getting old, you can tell me. I could bubble gun the heck out of my apartment every day, forever, and never get bored of it. So, yeah, I think we're like figuring it. Bubble emote, bubble emote, bubble emote, bubble emote. Yes. Can you write that down? The room is covered with soap slime in no time. I think I need to order more soap slime. But yeah, it's gonna, at least it's like clean. It won't be like bacteria-y or like sticky, like when you spill like a pop and then you like don't wipe up all of it and then you have like a sticky residue. Anyways, I recently found some root beer under my kitchen table. It was horrible. Love this card. For anyone else starting on a new endeavor, this card could resonate for you as well. Like, sometimes we get so hung up on getting to the place that we want to be. Like, for me, it's like, oh, like having this many followers or this many viewers and like, you know, being super good at tarot or like being super good and like being as professional as, you know, I watch a lot of tarot readers. I watch a lot of astrologers, and the people I watch are like amazing. They've been doing it for like years and years and years and years and years. And it's like so easy sometimes to compare ourselves to people who are like have years of experience on us. And it's like, I don't think you should ever compare, but I do think it's important to stop and think about, well, what did the beginning of their journey look like? Because if I'm at the beginning of my journey, why am I comparing the beginning of my journey to like someone else's 10 years in point or 5 years in point? I still don't think it's good to compare, even if it's two people at the beginning of their journey, because you never really know where someone is starting, because we all come from different backgrounds of like, you know, someone who has parents who really encourage them in a certain field is going to have an advantage over someone who's trying that field for like genuinely the first time. So I think it's never good to compare, but it is good to kind of take that step back and be like, I'm at the beginning, or even I'm at the middle, but that's okay. You still have more hours ahead of you to learn and to grow, and the journey should be enjoyable. It shouldn't be all about the end destination. So this is a great reminder for me, because sometimes I also think like, oh, I want to get to like, I want to get here, I want to get there, instead of thinking about like just enjoying. Like, I'm doing it because I want to do it. Like, I want to do tarot card readings for you guys because I freaking love it and it's so much fun. So instead of focusing on the end goal or focusing on the comparison, yes, I love that. Comparison is the thief of joy. Instead of focusing on like the comparison or like the end goal, it's like focus on the happiness it's bringing me right now, or the joy that it's bringing me right now. And it is bringing me joy right now. And I'm excited to see like where this goes and like what we do with this and like what we discover about how fun this could be and like what we could be doing. And that goes for all of our pursuits and endeavors. I hope that resonates with some of you guys as well. Oh, thank you, Chu King and Roxy. Thank you, guys. Yeah, sometimes I just worry, you know? Do you ever just worry for no reason at all, and then you're like, why am I worrying? What am I worrying for? There's something else I was gonna say. Not about the root beer under my kitchen table, but something else. Oh yeah, healing journey. Aaron says, my healing journey, not really sure to be honest. Better than I was at my lowest point though. That's good. Better than you were at your lowest point is really good. It's really good. It's great to not be at your lowest point. I want to talk about healing journeys today. I have been on a healing journey. I've been on a healing journey this year. And I want to tell you guys about it because like I had like a full spiral last night, panic attack, like, and so I want to tell you guys about my healing journey. Expression: your dad pulled over Eugene Levy, and Dr. Ho. No way. No way. Gene Levy? Why am I saying Eugene Levy? Are those two different people? He did mention to Dr. Ho that he wanted to be on one of his commercials. He just looked at him like he was nuts. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds about right. Thank you guys for all your emotes. I like this Frog Ponder. If you are also ahead of someone, you should be building them up, not tearing them down. I agree 100%. And I think like we would all say the same thing to someone. Like if I saw someone starting out their guitar journey, even if they were like a few years in, like I've been playing guitar for 16 years. That was a long time. I've been playing guitar for 16 years. And like, sure, I could be better if I practice more. 16 years is kind of like a long time. I could definitely be better if I practice more. But that's not the point. The point is if I met someone who is like a year or 2 years or 3 years or 5 years or whatever into their guitar journey and they were like, oh, I'm not that good or whatever, like I would be like, keep going, like keep trying, just enjoy the ride, like enjoy what you're doing, like enjoy the fun of it, like you'll get there when you get there, like you'll feel like you're really good when you feel like you're really good. And like I've been doing it for 16 years and I still don't feel like I'm really good. I feel like I'm okay, like I'm like passable. I'm always embarrassed because Expression always knows when I mess songs up. Like I feel like people who don't play guitar don't necessarily notice as much as people who do play guitar and are like, you fudged that one. Julie Ann, hello. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. How are you? I really enjoyed your stream on Monday night. I love your songs. Julie Ann has such like upbeat like songs on her song list. They were all just like all bangers, all like super upbeat and fun. It was a great time. Actually, there may be other songs too. Those were just the ones that I heard. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. We're not doing music tonight. Tonight we're doing card readings, tarot card readings. If you want a reading, there you go. Expression: you had a panic attack the other week. It happens. Too many obsessive thoughts compiling in an endless loop. Yep. Absolutely. Oh, Luton, you like my shirt? Feed your soul. Feed it. Feed it. Expression: I do, or like one does. You is in the royal you? Or you is in your soul is hungry. Okay, no worries. Thank you for popping in to say hi. Enjoy your lurk. I'm gonna do a card reading. Let me know if I missed anything else in the chat. I'm gonna do a card reading for a deep relationship. So this will be like a relationship that you already have in your life. It could be a friend, it could be a partner, it could be me. Thank you so much. Thank you. Okay, could be a partner, could be a friend, could be like, I don't know, a coworker if you have a deep relationship with a coworker, but there's something here that I'm getting about like it's a close or deep relationship. So it could be someone you've known for a long time. It might be deep or it might be close. Or it might be long. It might be someone you've known for a long time. It might be someone you're very close with. Or it might be someone you have like a deep connection with. Do you know what I mean? Do you know the difference? Like you could have a deep connection with someone but have only recently met them. Or it could be someone like you've grown very close to over time. Or it could be someone maybe you're close, maybe not close, but you've known each other for a long time. So there's something, it's one of those things. There's something there about a deep or close or long relationship. Let's get a single card message, please, for that. Let me cut the energy. Let's get a single card message for this, like, deep, close, long relationship. I've got the animal deck right now. Ooh. Oh, interesting. Interesting, friends. I know this card. Okay. I might not even read it. I might just talk about it. I know this card very well. Okay, so the card that we got for this deep relationship is the Wolf card. The Wolf is like the guardian of family. It's the guardian of the tribe. The wolf is like all about like the pack and like taking care of each other and like making sure everyone in the pack is like doing good, making sure everyone in the pack is like okay and like cared for and like part of the pack. Here is the trouble. Here's the trouble with the wolf energy. Sometimes we as like wolves, if you are the wolf, which I'm guessing that you are, if you are the wolf, you want everyone to be safe. You want everyone to be okay. You want everyone to be cared for. You want everyone to be in the pack. And sometimes that can mean you don't want people to make their own mistakes. You're like, I don't want this person to make a mistake. I want them to just like trust me. I want them to just listen to me. I want them to just make good choices from the start. I want them to just like, you know when you see your friend doing something and you're like, oh, that's not gonna, they're like, I'm gonna text my ex, and you're like, don't text your ex, and they're like, no, I'm going to, and you're like, why? You know, and you want to be like, don't, and you want to be mad, like you kind of want to be mad at them when they do text their ex, and then they come back and they're like, oh, he broke my heart again, and you're like, I told you that that's what was gonna happen. But that's not being a good friend, right? That is not being a good friend. That's not being a good partner. Sometimes we see our partner making, a mistake, and we're like, you don't even have your ex's number. Good. That is how it should be. That's probably for the best. Okay, that's just an example. Sometimes it's like other stuff. Like your friend is like, I'm going to skip class, and you're like, don't do that. We have exams coming up or whatever. Like you see people you care about, could be a friend, could be a partner who's, maybe they're staying up late at night, messing up their sleep cycle, or like, drinking too much at a party, and you're like, oh, you're going to be sick if you drink that much, or like, you're going to be sick if you eat that much, or whatever. You're like watching them make a choice, and it's their choice to make. And you're like, oh, don't do that. Don't. Just like do the thing that I want you to do so that you're safe and like you're cared for and like you're okay. If you listen to me and do what I say, you're going to be safe. And if you don't do what I say, you're not going to be safe. You're not going to be like safe in the pack. And so this card is about letting go of that. Sometimes you just have to let go of it. Sometimes people are not going to conform into your tribe. Sometimes people need to make their own mistakes. Sometimes people need to learn the hard way. Sometimes they need to. If your friend, your partner comes to you and says, hey, I need your advice on this, that's one thing. Truthiness, thank you so much for the bits. If your friend or your partner or whomever comes to you and they're like, I need your advice on this, I need help, and you're like, okay, here's what I think you should do, that's one thing. But even then, if they don't listen to your advice, if they don't take your advice, you don't need to be mad at them. You don't need to be upset. This wolf energy is like, you're like trying really hard to like control and like get everyone to do what you want them to do because you want to keep them safe and you want them all like in your pack doing what the pack is doing, conforming to what the pack wants to do. There could be something there about that too. Someone kind of dancing to the beat of their own drum, and you kind of want to rein them in, but sometimes you got to let them be free. Not everyone can be in your wolf pack all the time. They'll come back. If you love someone, let them go. They'll come back. Sometimes they just need to do their own thing. Sometimes they need to make their own mistakes. Sometimes they need to learn the hard way. And sometimes all we can do is watch from the sidelines and then be like a loving, supporting, gentle voice when they come back crying. And sometimes that's all you can do, and that's like the best way to support. It's not by trying to stop them from making the mistake. It's not by like trying to control them. It's by just supporting them and loving them when they do eventually make a mistake or when they do veer away from the pack. They'll come back. They'll come back. Show them love when they do. I hope that resonates. I hope that helps with your deep spiritual, deep connection, close, deep relationship. One ex from 15 years back, just contacted me last spring to play in his poetry book release event or something. Oh, interesting. I feel like if people want out of my life once, it's something that can't be recovered. That's fair. Have you ever texted your number neighbor? I have never texted my number neighbor. I'm sorry, I think that's an unhinged thing to do. To text someone who has almost the same phone number as you and be like, hey, we have almost the same phone number. I think that's unhinged. You guys can let me know what you think. I think for me it depends. For me it depends how they left my life and how they're coming back into my life. I had a very good best friend leave my life for a number of years. And at first I was really angry. First I was sad, then I was angry, and then I was like, well, if you come back into my life, I'm never letting you back in. And then eventually I was like, you know what? Life is tough. We're getting older. Whatever. And then that friend did come back, and I was like, welcome back, friend. I missed you. And now we're best friends again. And so I did at one point think I would never, but I feel like exes are kind of different. Exes are kind of different than friends. So I kind of agree with you. I would not let my exes back in unless they like genuinely just wanted to be friends. I'd be like, okay, you can come back into my life if you're like here to contribute positively and like be a friend. Some of them. Not all of them would get let back in, but there's like the occasional ex that I'd be like, you know what, we could be friends. One of their previous ex asked me to play also in their school project back in 2005 or something. Wow. They always come crawling back, eh? Now have the strong intrusive thought to text my number neighbors. I mean, if you do, let me know what happens. Let me know how it goes if you do text your number neighbors. We were talking about healing. They always come back asking to DJ. Okay, that kind of makes sense because you're a really good DJ, and like I could see it. I could definitely see it. I would ask you to come and DJ for me for sure. Pocket Burrito, you're gonna redeem a reading. Me choose the deck. Ooh. I choose the deck. If I want to know if there's someone out there that wants to stop me from creating the good deed machine. Do I have an enemy? You can redeem that. You can redeem that anytime you want. Sorry, to clarify, do you want to know if you, Pocket Burrito, has an enemy or if the good deed machine has an enemy? Next up, with on 100 subs and Taylor texts her number neighbor. I'm scared. I'm scared. Okay, I would do it if you guys really wanted me to. Let's be real, I've done things on stream before. I've done impromptu things on stream before. Hi, Mom. Welcome in. Welcome to Witchy Wednesday. Welcome in. We're talking today about healing. Healing. Oh, Luton, thank you so much for that gifted sub for my mom. Thank you. Yeah, we're talking about healing. Things have been done to eyebrows for far less than 100 subs. You're absolutely right. You are absolutely right. Oh, look at that big emote. 99 to go. 99 to go before I text my number neighbor. Perfect. Yeah, I'll tell you guys about what happened to me last night. Last night, I've been having a year. I've been having a year. At the beginning of the year, we got the Tower as our card of the year. I don't know if you guys have been feeling that Tower energy, but I like absolutely have been. It's just been like one thing after another after another. And it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And up until now, I have done a lot of like healing. I've done like a lot of like healing. I've been doing my, you know, my meditations and my Reiki and all this good stuff, eating vegetables, like exercising, drinking water. Like I've been doing all this like good stuff, you know? And I recently heard two things that kind of explain the healing journey. So one thing I heard was Dr. K said, if you have a cup of water, and you pee in that cup, no amount of adding sugar is going to take the pee out of that cup. The cup is still full of pee. You can add all the sugar you want, but if you have a cup and you pee in that cup and then you add sugar to it, it's still a cup of pee. It just has sugar in it. So that was one thing I heard about healing. And then another visual that was really cool that I saw about healing was this girl took a jar and she filled it with like ping pong balls, and all the ping pong balls are like your past trauma, your past pain, all the things like your wounds, all of that stuff are these ping pong balls in this jar. And like she pours water in the jar, and as she pours the water is like all the good stuff, the meditation, the therapy, the healing journey, like all this stuff. As she pours that water in, the ping pong balls like start to rise, and they like rise up to the surface. And the more water she pours in, the more like the ping pong balls rise up to the surface. And that is kind of what the healing journey looks like. Like, we wonder, why does the healing journey, why isn't it like this? Like, oh, I'm healing, I'm feeling better and better and better. Great. The end. It's like the healing journey is like up and down and like all over the place, and you're down and then you're up again and then you're down and then you're like up and you're like, wow, I'm healing, I'm going to be amazing forever. And then all of a sudden you're down. And it's those ping pong balls, all that stuff like rising to the surface. And the more good you pour into your cup, the more the bad stuff rises up to the surface. In Reiki, we talk about the cup being full of like sludge and sediment that's like settled at the bottom of the cup. So as you live your daily life and you're like busy living, all of your like past wounds, your past trauma, everything just settles at the bottom of your cup. And you don't think about it. It's like deep in the recesses of your brain. You never think about it. Sometimes every once in a while you'll get triggered, and then you're like, why am I triggered? But it's because you have all this murky stuff at the bottom of your cup. And as you pour in Reiki, the murky stuff starts to lift up and like circle around because you're pouring in all this water. So same idea. The muck is like lifting up, the ping pong balls, whatever you want to think of to visualize like your wounds, your traumas, your past pain. And the more good you pour into the cup, the more all this bad stuff surfaces. And that's what happened to me last night. I reached a breaking point where I was like, I'm doing so much. I'm doing so much for my healing. I'm doing so much, like eating my vegetables, like going on my stupid little mental health walks. Your traumas are bubbles. All the bubbles are just like rising to the surface. The more you heal, the more it's all just like surfacing and surfacing and surfacing. But eventually, the more it comes up, eventually it overflows. Eventually, the ping pong balls overflow out of the jar. Eventually, the mud, the murkiness overflows. Eventually, your cup of pee, expression, I'm glad you were not peeing into a cup. Eventually, the cup of pee, you pour so much water in that all the pee comes out. And then you're left with this clear cup of water. But unfortunately, no, they're not stupid. Sometimes I just feel stupid. Like, I leave my house and I'm just like walking around the block with like no purse, no items. I just like have my phone in my hand and I'm just like walking, and I'm sure people are looking at me like, where are you going? I'm like, nowhere. I'm here. This is it. This is where I'm going. Out. Walking is it. Sometimes it's just like 10 minutes. I'm just like, it just feels silly, but it's good. It's good. I'm doing all these things. I'm like eating my vegetables, going on my little mental health walks, like drinking my water, like trying to wake up early, trying to get my exercise in, like doing my Reiki, like meditating, reading books, like, doing all this stuff. And like more and more bad stuff just keeps coming to the surface for healing. More and more bad stuff. And last night I was just like, I'm sick of it. I'm so sick of it. I'm so sick of all this like bad stuff coming to the surface. Stuff from my past, stuff from my childhood, my like, things. We all have things. We all have our things. And usually they kind of just sit like right underneath everything, and we never think about them. And this whole healing journey, if you guys are healing, if you're working on it, if you're pouring all the good stuff in, if you're pouring all the good into your cup and you're like, why don't I feel better? Why don't I feel consistently better? It's because this is the reason why. All this, the more good you pour in, the more the bad stuff has to come out. But the beauty is, once it comes out, it's out. It's gone. And I will say, like, this year, and you guys tell me what you think of this, because I want to know if you guys are feeling similarly or differently. I have dealt with a lot of things this year, but all the things have been, for the most part, different. Like, each thing that's coming to the surface is a different thing. So it's not like I'm having the same stuff come up over and over again. Recently, I think I told you guys back in March, I had a lot of feelings come up about my cat who had passed away several years ago. And that came up in March, and I was like very, very emotional. I had a dream, and like, one of my coworkers said something that triggered me, and I was really upset, and I talked to you guys about it, and like that was really painful and really hard. But like since then, I've been able to think of him and like feel not as absolutely crushingly devastated as I did before. And recently one of my coworkers had a pet pass away, which is like really sad, really devastating for her. And like my heart goes out to her, and like normally that kind of thing would trigger me, and I would be like in shambles thinking about my own cat. And I was actually able to just feel empathy for her and not be like brought to tears at what had happened to my cat. And I was able to reflect on his passing and just feel, still sad, absolutely still sad, but not like I have this big gaping wound from his passing. I still feel sad, of course, and I don't know that ever goes away, but I don't feel like crushingly devastated the way that I did in March of this year. So it has been really tough, but I will say, like, the wounds that are coming to the surface have been different each time. So I'd love to hear your guys' perspective on that. Like, where are you at in your healing journey? Are you healing from your wounds? Are you healing from... Do you feel similarly to me? You can just be like, aligned. If you're aligned, if it's resonating, you could just say, drop like aligned, resonating, anything like that. If you don't want to get into it and you don't want to like get too much detail, if you're feeling it, if you're vibing, you could say vibing, vibing, aligned, resonating. Let me know, or like give me some more details and tell me how is your healing journey going? Do you feel like, do you feel like you're feeling better? Do you feel like maybe sometimes you're feeling worse, but you're healing new wounds all the time? Let me know. Chu King, you know a doctor who drinks out of... Nope. That's gonna be a hard no for me. That's gonna be a hard no. A hard no. I should try meditating on the light. Sometimes there's too much to deal with that others don't understand. I read your profile before, but maybe I need to read it again. Sometimes one thing has to be dealt with and then another, but sometimes you have to go back to something you thought you already dealt with. I dealt with the same thing with my dog, Sweetie. Yeah, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean, because, like, I thought I had dealt with this before, but now I've dealt with it even more than before, if that makes sense. Like, I thought I had healed, and I had definitely done some healing, because it was hurting. That particular wound was hurting less, and now it's hurting even less. So I did have to revisit it, but it was like healing a different part of the wound, if that makes sense, and different emotions associated with the wound. And now I feel like healing it and then healing it some more has resulted in like an even greater healing of that particular wound. There's like a dozen more wounds that have recently surfaced, but Chu King says there are multiple wounds and multiple healings, which makes it difficult to approach the question about a healing journey as if it was one journey. That is a really good point. Chu King, you just like rocked my world for a second there, because like my healing journey feels like it's kind of like all over the place. But if I just isolated, let's say, my healing journey about my cat, that has probably been like, it was good, and then it was bad, and then it was good, and then it was bad, and then good. And it's probably a bit more like this, but like going upwards. I wish I could draw on the screen to show you guys. But like, if that's superimposed on like all my journeys, it feels like just absolute chaos. But if I were to isolate like a line graph of that one journey, it would be like, you know, not exactly like shoom, but it would be, you know, on the up. And if I isolated each individual healing journey that I've been going through, it would probably look a lot more positive and look a bit different. Because right now I feel like it's like, well, it's probably because there's so many journeys like superimposed on top of each other. Luton, thank you for the hug. Healing is a lot like a fractal. The more you zoom, the more you find. Yeah. Yeah, it is. Do you guys ever watch those videos of like that just like zoom in forever and ever and ever? It is kind of like that. Does that mean it's never ending? I guess it's never ending. And I guess that's why like we got this card earlier talking about the stream. But it could also be applied to the healing journey and like approaching it with the mind of like an amateur and someone who's learning and someone who's just like taking it one step at a time and just like enjoying the journey and taking it just like step by step by step by step and just enjoying the steps. Hey, Aaron says, I was listening to a podcast the other day and they were talking about if self-improvement can go too far. Main takeaway was the self-help care business is more focused on selling something that could work. Oils, books, crystals, fitness, podcasts, and the people that buy into this generally think just having the stuff or following the steps will solve their problems rather than digging deep to diagnose and treat the underlying issues. I strongly agree with that. And I've been like swept up in it too, for sure. Like I remember a time where I was like, I want healing. Who can I pay for healing? Who do I give my money to for my healing? And then afterwards, after that I kind of gave my head a shake. I was like, whoa, that is not it. Sure, all those things can help. I think reading books, oils, crystals, like, don't get me wrong, I love all that stuff. I love all that stuff. It's like enjoyable, but like, is it really going to solve things for you? It's like if you have like a terrible lifestyle in terms of like your health and you're not taking care of your physical health, and then you go to like a fancy salad shop. There's a few like fancy salad shops in Toronto that sell like $20 salads, and you could go to a fancy salad shop and buy a fancy salad and like, yes, it's going to be delicious. Yes, it's going to be enjoyable. Yes, it is healthy, but like, is that going to overhaul your whole lifestyle if you're not living a healthy lifestyle in other areas? And that's what I think about like the oils, books, crystals, all that stuff. Sometimes it's just like a band-aid. You just like slap it on. You're like, well, I read a book. And it's like, okay, what did you do with the information in the book? Did you fight your demons? What did you do with the oils? Did you sit down and sniff them and then fight your demons? What did you do with the crystals? Did you charge them in the moonlight and then fight your demons? Or did you just smell the oils and charge the crystals and read the book and like hang out and talk about it? Because if you're not fighting demons, what are you doing? But I think all those things can make fighting demons more fun. I don't think you need them. I don't think you need the oils, the books, the crystals, all that stuff. But it can make the battle a lot more enjoyable. I picture it like, you know, fancy outfits on the battlefield, you know? You're like going to fight your demons. Like, do you need a flag? Do you need that helmet with that like feather thing on top? Probably not, but like, is it gonna make you fight a little bit better because you're enjoying yourself? You're enjoying your like flags and your like bannermen and your helmet with the thing on top. You guys know what I'm talking about. And your gold shiny armor. Like, is it actually making you fight better? No. Like, is it actually improving your skill? No. But it might make you fight better because you're like enjoying it. But if all you have is fancy outfits and you go into battle, then like, yeah, you're not really doing much of anything. That is my thoughts on going too far with the oils, the crystals, etc., etc. Pocket Burrito, you absolutely did not share too much. I just wanted to give an option for like everyone who's like hanging out and like maybe is shy, but like there's no such thing as sharing too much here. Crystals will not be disparaged in chat. Don't get me wrong, you guys. I love my crystals. I've got this big boy right here. Here's a big crystal that I've got handy. Here's a tray of crystals. This is actually a tray of my least favorite crystals. Shh, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine, you're fine. Yes, I agree with you, Aaron. That's a great metaphor. Analogy? What's the difference between a metaphor and analogy? I should know this, I'm a writer. If you have an oven, but you don't put the work into using it, it's not just gonna make you dinner. 100% agree. Like all those ping pong balls are actually their own journeys because we all have different traumas and different separate struggles, but you can have them in that whole cup. Yes! This is like rocking my world right now, you guys. I needed to hear this because last night I was like melting down. I was like, how have I worked so hard and got so far, but in the end, it doesn't even matter. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. No, but I was like, how have I been doing so much healing work? No, I'm like doing it. I don't know, I did air quotes. How am I doing so much healing work and still dealing with so much stuff? But it's like each one is its own journey. Each one is its own journey. Thank you for the claps. What are you mad about, McNoshave? What did you do? What did you do that you're mad about? Was it a joke you made? Was it an inappropriate joke you made in the chat? Was it an inappropriate joke, perhaps? That is a crucial point in your book. The crystals? Crystals are a crucial point? Tell me about the crystals. Oh, Julianne, thank you so much for hanging out. You guys, if you don't already follow Julianne, go and give her a follow. She is a music streamer from the Philippines who sings like just like really fun songs and has great vibes and like cool background stuff going on. Go and give her a follow. Thank you for hanging out. I appreciate it. Okay, what is the difference between a metaphor? Oh, and you also have a crystal bracelet that's for health. I love it. I have a few crystal bracelets just like rolling around here. I love it. I love the crystals. I love the crystal bracelets. They just make me feel good. Helmets with fancy feathers. Actually, horsehairs or plumages were necessary in battle for communication amongst ranks. Okay, Aaron. I have to remember that you're a history buff and I can't get away. Aaron is like a history buff. McNoshave is a science guy. And Chu King is a computer guy. I've got to remember these things before I start like spouting out my absolute nonsense, imagining I'm not going to get called out on it. Expression. I'm glad that exercise does that for you. That's great. What is the difference between a metaphor and an analogy? A metaphor is like saying time is a thief. An analogy is more like time is to a thief as wind is to a kite. Comparing two things to explain them better. One's more poetic, the other's more like side-by-side comparison. So I'm gonna go with analogy on that last one. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought, McNo Shave. That's exactly what I thought. Magic stream? Nope. Therapy stream. Aren't they the same? To the tune of Bill the Science Guy. Yeah, no negative self-talk. I'm gonna put these down. I've been holding them for quite some time. I'll show you some of my favorite crystals. Here's some of my favorite crystals that were in arm's reach just right now. Here is a crystal. It's just so bright. Oh, there, you can kind of see it. Look at that. That's one of my favorites. Here is another one. I have so many crystals that I forget what they're all called and what they're for. Here's another one. Are you guys vibing? Are you vibing with the crystals? And here, this one is one of my long-standing favorites. I've had this one for a very long time. It is an opalite. It's kind of like see-through-y and shiny. It looks like I just want to like... Did you guys ever read that book about that girl who colored all over herself and then like had to take a big pill? This like reminds me of like a big... I'm not gonna do that. I'm not allowed to do that. To the tune of Bill the Science Guy. No shave the science guy. No dummies here, guys. Okay, Pocket Burrito says, follow me here. Let's go. We're going on a journey. Also, Pocket Burrito, did you redeem your points for a card reading for your enemy? Did you? Did you ever do that? Okay, follow me here. When you are young, if you experience trauma, it is a big part of your life. When you are 1 year old, that is 100% of your life. A minute of pain is a huge percentage of your life. As you get older, time is a less percentage of your life. At 30 years old, that is 1/30th of your life, a smaller percentage. So trauma takes longer to heal because it's a smaller percentage of your life. Interesting. I kind of feel like my trauma is like easier to heal now because it's a small percentage of my life, but it also means it stays more hidden. You know what I mean? Like if something happened when you were 1 year old or whatever, then like that is such a small, like you said, it's like 1/30th. So it's so much easier to ignore it than when you were a baby and you were like, oh my gosh, this is my life. This is everything. So I feel like that makes it like more hidden, which maybe makes it longer to heal because it has to like come to the surface from like being 1/30th of your life experience, and it's like has to rise up through the other 1/29ths, 29/30ths of your life. Is the mathing. Expression says, I've been meditating and trying to remember all of these planet names. Beat that. Why is that dumb? That sounds amazing. Luton, you want all the crystals? I love crystals. I love going to the crystal store and just like touching everything and like feeling the vibes and then just like spending boatloads of money on crystals and then bringing them home and being like, I don't know, like, are these two crystals the same? Like, did I buy two of the same, like, is this crystal the same as this crystal? I don't know. Is this crystal the same as this crystal? Is this crystal the same as this crystal? No, those ones aren't the same. That was a trick question. I think the other ones might have been the same though. Enemy redeem. I'm kind of feeling the animal deck again. I feel like we're gonna do the animal deck for the enemy redeem. You may be healing parts of you, but that doesn't mean the memories will go away. We need to be able to make the distinctions there. Oh, absolutely. For sure. And like, it's not that it's tough because here's the thing, right? It's like you have this painful memory and it's painful. And so you like want it to go away or like push it down or whatever. But once it's healed, it won't be painful. It still might make you feel, you know, like I still feel sad that my cat is gone, but I don't feel like the deep pain. I feel sadness, but I don't feel as much pain. And to me, that is essentially what healing is. It's like you still remember those things. You still have feelings about it. Like you can still feel like that shouldn't have happened to me or I didn't deserve that. You know, when we're talking about childhood trauma and like things that happened in the past or, you know, wounds, breakups, like, toxic relationships, all that kind of stuff. You can still have feelings of like, that shouldn't have happened to me. I didn't deserve that. It's sad that that happened to me. But also get to a point where you can have those memories without feeling like that, like all-consuming pain. And that to me is like what the healing journey is like not feeling the pain. Sure, still feeling the emotions, but not as much pain. You guys can tell me what you think. If you agree, if you have your own ideas about it. One healing unlocks another pain because we can't deal with all the pain at once. Absolutely. And like we lock up our pain because we can't deal with it all at once. We would like totally have like a mental break, right? If we had like all of our pains and we had to like exist and go to work and pay our bills and do all this stuff and had like all the pains in the forefront. And that's why we have the subconscious where we like put all that stuff. We're like, well, I gotta go to work, so you're just gonna go right down here. Past pain, toxic past relationships. I've gotta go to work. I've gotta buy groceries. I've gotta pay my bills. Like, you're just gonna go down there. And then once we're healing, we're like, like I'm safe, I'm relaxed, I'm meditating. And then it's like, hello, here's the pain from your subconscious that like you pushed into your subconscious because you needed to buy groceries. Now that you're relaxed and safe and meditating, it's time. Mercury, Earth, Uranus, Jupiter, Saturn, Neptune, Pluto. Those are the planets. Those are them. Those are totally. You missed Mars. Decompartmentalize. That's kind of it, right? Like we compartmentalize and then... Oh yeah, and Venus. And then decompartmentalize. That was pretty good though. Expression. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, Pluto is technically not a planet now, but I want it to be, so it is. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. Okay, let us do a card reading for Good Deed Machine. We're gonna see, does Good Deed Machine have an enemy? And then after this, I'm going to do one, maybe two more. I feel like I should do a love reading. So I'm going to do a love reading after this. And then for everyone, a general love reading. And then let me know if there are any other readings that I missed for like the group. You can just shout it out. If there's like a general reading, I'm going to do a love one. But if there's something else, let me know. Okay. Let us get. Let me cut the energy first. Let us please get a single card message answering the question: does the good deed machine, or like the creation of the good deed machine, have an enemy or like an antagonist or someone that is working against the creation or the purpose of the good deed machine? Pocket Burrito, you're still here, right? You ready? Oh. Interesting. I'm not sure how to read this card. This is the first time I've been stumped, actually. This is the first time I've been stumped on stream. It fell out, yes. Aggression, rigid thinking, following orders. Fire ant energy flares up without us noticing. It's the force that attracts us to people and situations that feed our imbalances rather than those that counter them. Gossiping and blaming are a few indicators that misaligned fire ant energy is at play. You may also find yourself stewing on a person or situation, only making things worse. How can you break free from the drama and cool down? Fire ants are surprisingly sensitive. Don't pretend the heat isn't getting to you. Ooh, this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one. There's sort of two things here that I'm getting from two sides. So I see the good deed machine as having two enemies. One is, how do I put this? Okay, Pocket Burrito. This is very delicate, so I don't want to. Okay, I'm gonna start with the first thing that isn't as delicate. One thing I see here is like people who are stuck, people who are stuck on their own pain and their own misery. Do you see this? Like how this is like a spot that's like, like burning and like festering and like Pocket Burrito, maybe you don't necessarily like feel this way, but a lot of people will get hung up on like a thing that happened to them, a pain that they're feeling, the way that they've been like disadvantaged or the way that they've been hurt. And so I do see people who are caught up in their own pain being enemies of the good deed machine. The other thing that I see here is a possibility that there is something that happened to you that kind of spurred on the good deed machine. Something that was painful, something that has caused you to like go all in on this good deed machine plan. And what this card is saying is to be cautious about being overly like narrow in your thinking. As you're creating this plan, as you're actualizing this plan, sometimes like we've seen this trope in TV a lot where like this character is good and they want to do good things, but because Welcome back, everyone who is stuck in the ads. We're talking about the good deed machine, and we're doing a reading for Pocket Burrito. A character is good, and they want to do good things, but then because there's people that oppose them, they like kind of lose the good thing they set out to do because they get caught up in the fight of getting people on board. Like the people that are not on board and the person who wants to do a good thing, sometimes there ends up being this kind of conflict of like, I'll do anything to get people on board because I know my idea is right. And then the people that are like, I'm not convinced, I'm not on board, my pain, my suffering is bigger than this like good idea. And then that can be really tense and challenging if the like side of good isn't willing to see it from the other side, isn't willing to bend a little bit or amend the plan a little bit in order to bring people more on board, in order to make it easier for people to come on board. Yes, hero lives long enough to become the villain. And that's kind of what this card is warning about. It's not saying that like that is what's happening or that's what's going to happen. It's a warning of like, be cautious of having too rigid, like, you know, it's like whenever there's like an AI and it's like save all humans, and it's like save all humans by killing all humans, because it's like the only way to save humans from themselves is to kill all the humans. It's kind of like that idea. That's very extreme. Obviously, that's a very extreme example. But it's kind of that idea of be careful of being so like rigid in the thinking because it's an amazing idea, because you're very passionate about it, because you're excited about it. This card is kind of warning. Be careful about being too rigid, too hyper-focused on like it being a particular way, especially if it has come out of a past pain of something you experienced or something that hurt you that maybe needs to be released. There may be something that needs to be released that's driving the good deed machine, a past pain, a past wound, a past suffering that maybe needs to be released or needs to be healed so that the good deed machine can be made with pure heart, pure intentions, without like I don't want to say without the cloud of emotions. Sometimes emotions can cloud things. Sometimes we get very, we're hurt and we want to compensate. So be careful not to let emotions cloud judgment. Be careful not to be too rigid in your thinking. That is the enemy of the good deed machine, is too rigid thinking and judgment clouded by emotions. Those are the enemies of the good deed machine. I hope that helps. That was a tricky reading, so thank you for bearing with me. Yeah, it's... I didn't even see that. Don't be weird. Don't be weird. Yeah, it's more complex. It's a bit of a complex scenario. Roxy, that's really cool. You're going to watch your friend perform live at a bar. That sounds awesome. '90s Y2K R&B. Oh, we've rated her before. Okay, cool. What is she called? You see it as people with rigid thinking. Could definitely be that. Could definitely be that. Did we get any more requests for tarot readings? Otherwise, I may just do the love reading for you guys and then wrap up. Let's do a love reading. Is it Jane Rio? Is that who you're seeing? Is it Jane? No way. Aaron, you can't say that Jane is my sister. That makes it a bit incestuous. I've got a girl crush on Jane. One for me. I feel like we already did one for me when we did one for like the Witchy Wednesdays. I feel like that one was for me. Thanks. Thanks, Aaron. I appreciate it. Yeah, let's do a love reading for you guys. Tell me if there's anything else that like we didn't talk about karma, about healing. I feel like we touched on a lot. I'm a believer in karma in terms of balance. I think karma is like the great balance of the universe. So it's less of like you did a bad thing and bad things will come back to you, but more so that like your inside and your outside reflect each other. When you're bad inside, you're bad outside, and then you're bad outside, and then you're bad inside. It's like a mirror. That's kind of how I see karma. Not as like some vengeful, like what goes around comes around thing, but like whatever you do is reflected back at you, and then that goes into you, and then what's in you comes out of you, and then that's reflected back at you, and then it goes into you, and then what's in you comes out, and it's like kind of this like reflective cycle. All the bad things are haunting you, Tesno Pesno. Gotta do better in life. Honestly, there's always room for all of us to do better in life. That's the thing. Like, we could all always be doing better in life. But, like, lasting change is slow. It takes time. Like, you can't just overnight, like, overhaul your entire life and do everything better. It's, like, little changes. Like, can you do one little change this month? Or one little change this week? Bad people seem to have the best outward appearance. Do you really think so? Do you really think so? I don't find that. I find that people that do bad things like exude bad energy. I don't know. I feel like people that do good things, like you can feel the good energy. Like, don't you ever just meet someone who's like so happy and like so pure and so like loving that they just like light up the room? I've never seen like a mean, nasty person light up a room. I've never seen that. They might like bully their way into getting what they want, but I've never seen a mean, nasty person light up a room. That could just be me, but make no shame, you ate a vegetable this week. Was it a zucchini? Was it a zucchini? Oh, Tesno. It might be time to release some of those things. Like, and possibly forgive yourself. Sometimes when we're hanging on to bad things that happen to us, it's because we need to forgive ourselves for allowing those things to happen. Sometimes we're hanging on to it because we're like, oh, like, how could I have let that happen to me? Did I deserve that thing? Is that why it happened to me? And sometimes we have to say, like, I forgive myself. I forgive myself for that happening. It wasn't my fault. Or maybe it was my fault and I just didn't know any better. Or I didn't know what was going to happen. And in hindsight, I wouldn't let that happen to me again. In hindsight, I would go back in time and imagine little you. Imagine little you. Like, I would just give little me a big hug and be like, you didn't deserve that. Like, you didn't deserve that and it's all gonna be okay. That's what I would do for little me. So if you're being haunted by things, look in the mirror and envision little you. Imagine what you would say to little you. Imagine what you would do for little you in that scenario. I read a post the other day that said, like, you've grown into a person that would protect the child version of you. And that's, like, to me, huge. Or, like, the young adult version of you, or, like, the teenage version of you. Like, some of the bad things that happened to us in the past, even something bad that happened to me 6 months ago, I'm like, if I could go back in time and be like, nah, you're not gonna do that to my girl, I would. Like, we all, like, grow into people that wouldn't let that happen to us again, and that's something to feel good about. But Pocket Burrito, is the smile real? Like, is it genuine? Anyone can bare their teeth and turn their mouth up, but is it a genuine smile? Does it hit in the heart? K-pop Demon Hunters is it's really good. It's really good. But, okay, there's an argument to be made for the soul of the guy who lights up a room. There's an argument to be made. If I'm not going to give away any spoilers of K-pop Demon Hunters, you guys should all go and watch it. You might cry. Actually, there's a movie for you, Expression. There's an action movie for you that'll make you cry. Go watch K-pop Demon Hunters. Yeah, take care of Mini You. You just sent me a photo on Discord. Oh, you guys are so cute. Oh, I love that. That's awesome. That's so sweet that you go to support her. That's awesome. Expression, you ate a giant bowl of butternut squash. Good for you. Good for you and your vegetables and your healthy meals. Listen to Leaves, Ben and Ben. I guarantee you will cry. Should I listen to it after stream? Can you put it in Discord? I'll listen to it, I promise. Pocket Breeder, you get fooled by people all the time. Do you want to be fooled by people? Remind you in Discord. Okay, I will. You absolutely should watch. Everyone should watch K-pop Demon Hunters. It was amazing. Okay. Let us do a reading for love. Come to Discord. Let me know what you thought about today's stream. Let me know, did the music get annoying after a while? I wasn't sure if the same music on repeat would be too much. Do you want a tarot requests list? Maybe a song list, but maybe tarot requests where you could say you request the general love reading or the general career reading. Maybe a tarot list where you guys can request tarot general reading themes. Perhaps let me know if there's anything that you guys want to talk about next week. If we do another one next week, let me know. Actually, let's do a poll for that right now. Should we do Witchy Wednesday next week? How are you guys feeling? Could we get yes, no, or half stream, half Witchy Wednesday? I mean, half music, half stream. Half music, half Witchy Wednesday. Could we get a poll? You give everyone the benefit of the doubt. Don't want to judge anyone on past experience. That's really beautiful, honestly. Yeah, let me know. Should we do Witchy Wednesday next week? Let me know what you guys think. Therapy Thursday. Did this feel like therapy? Did it feel healing? It's only a little illegal. Yeah, we're definitely not calling this therapy. Definitely not. Please go get therapy from a licensed professional who is licensed in your country. Please do that. But I do hope this felt healing. I hope you felt like you could express yourself. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, Tesno. I don't know about that. Way cheaper. Not therapy, guys. Not therapy. Okay, let's do a love reading. Vote in the poll. Let me know what you think about next week's stream. Monday, I'll be doing Music Monday. Let me know what you think about Wednesday. Let us... Already scheduled therapy with Jane for therapy with Jane. There's still people though. There's still people. There's still little children inside in their hearts. Let's cut the energy. Okay, but I'm actually not a therapist. The other two are questionable. Let us get a single card message for love. For love, the greatest thing in the world, love. Can we get a single card message, please? For love. For everyone watching. I can't pick up the cards. They're like stuck. Okay. Our love card is the... Where's it? Where's the suit? Today's love card is the Three of Wands. I move with the sun's pulse. You are in the process of making your dreams a reality. Ooh. You can rely on your foundation to inform your journey to rise above your current limitations. Embrace change as you embark on this path, whether it is physical or internal. When you are centered within yourself, these shifts will act in service of growth. The voyage might take you on travels across unknown terrain. The cosmos holds gifts that support your vision. You only have to be willing to receive them. Ooh. Move in harmony with the sun's pulse, the heartbeat of existence, and the frequency of nature. You are one with consciousness itself, and you can vibrate with the constant contraction and expansion that makes up your cosmos. Stay curious and aim high to expand well beyond your current horizons. Ooh, what a great love card. Friends. I am going to tell you something about meeting your soulmate. Meeting your divine union, finding your divine union, finding your soulmate, finding love. Your divine soulmate, your divine union, your soulmate, is going to be most attracted to who you are on the inside, your soul. They're your soul mate, and your souls are going to be attracted to each other's souls. So this card, what this is talking about is your soul, you aligning with your soul. You absolutely, like, this person is on the horizon. This person is, like, available to you. This person is accessible to you, this soulmate, this divine union person. What this card is telling you to do is to align with your soul. When you do things that feed your soul, that is how you will end up on the path that brings you to your soulmate, if you haven't already. And if you already are with the love of your life and you're like, I'm already with the love of my life, I'm already with my soulmate, then this card is saying that in order to deepen and grow closer and more in love with your soulmate, what you need to do is seek out your own soul, connect with your own soul, align with your own soul, feed your soul, do things that feed your soul. When you do things that feed your soul, that fill you with fulfillment, with happiness, with joy, when you do those things, that is when you are going to find that person, because they're going to be doing their soul things and you're going to be doing your soul things, and that is the path that will take you to each other, because your souls are like meant to be together. And if you don't believe in souls, that's fine too. You can look at it this way. If I love, I don't know, what's the thing that people love? Knitting. If I really love knitting and I'm sitting at home and I'm like not really knitting, and then I'm like, you know what? I love knitting. I'm going to go to the knitting store and I'm going to join a knitting club and I'm going to like do a little pop-up shop where I sell my knit wares. Doing all of those things provides an opportunity for me to meet someone who's going to be like, oh my God, I love knitting. Let me shop at this little pop-up shop for knitwares because I love knitwares. Boom. Match made in heaven. If you don't want to get too into the souls or the spirituality. But the more you do knitting, I know, I don't know why I went to knitting. I was like, don't say drinking, don't say drinking, don't say drinking as a hobby, don't say drinking as a hobby. I was like, what is the opposite of drinking? Knitting. I don't know, Pocket Burrito. I don't know. Yeah, let's get a poll. Do you believe in soulmates? Yes or no? Do you believe in soulmates? A yes or a no? Or I guess we could have like a maybe, or like kind of, or like would believe. I'll believe it when I see it. We could also have an answer for that. How do you know if you found your soulmate? That is a good question. I think that this is also like answers that question. When you are with the person who brings you closer to in here, to your soul, to your heart. If you don't believe in a soul, that's fine. To your heart, like to your heart's greatest joy. We all know that feeling when you're doing something and your heart is so full. When you're being true to yourself and your heart feels full and you feel aligned and you feel happy. And we all know that feeling when we're like doing something that doesn't quite feel like us. When we're like going to, you know, a party that it's not quite our people. We're not quite vibing. We all know that feeling when you put on an outfit and you're like, this doesn't really feel like me. When you get asked to do something at work and you're like, ooh, that doesn't really, like, I don't feel right in here. We all know that feeling of when it feels wrong. So the person should make you feel right in here, in your soul, in your connection to yourself. Not just like, oh, I've got butterflies. Oh, I feel like, you know, infatuated when I'm with them. I feel like happy, and like, that's great too. But like, this person should make you feel more yourself than you've ever felt before. And this card is saying the more you feel like your true self, the more you go on that journey to find your true self and feed your soul or your heart, whatever. If you don't believe in a soul, that's fine. Feed your heart, feed your inner self, your higher self, your higher consciousness, whatever you want to call it. The more you feed that, the more you align with yourself, the more you live your truth, the more you're going to attract this beautiful, divine love connection. The more you're going to deepen that beautiful, divine love connection if you already have a partner. And the more you're going to know you're with your soulmate if you're like, I can really, truly be myself with this person. I feel more like myself than ever. Being with this person makes me more myself instead of makes me different. And of course, you know, there's compromises, whatever. Maybe your partner's like, I want you to do certain things. But like there's a difference between like, oh, now I have to say excuse me when I burp because I'm with a partner, and versus like changing who you are inside. Do you know what I mean? Like, yes, there's compromise in a relationship. Yes, you have to grow with your partner. Yes, you might have to make some changes. But in here, you should feel like your true self. And the more you go after that true self feeling, the more you're going to attract that love connection. The deeper your love connection is going to be. And then the deeper your love connection is going to be with your like true connection, the deeper you're going to be aligned with yourself. It's all like it's all related. It all goes hand in hand. Soulmates is whatever you believe it to be. I have a best friend who like I know is my soulmate. Like I know she's like my best friend soulmate. I know like when I'm with her, when we talk, like even when we're apart, I feel like our souls are connected. And that's how I would describe a soulmate. I think I could have more than one soulmate because I have like friend soulmates and then like romantic soulmates. But it can be whatever your definition of soulmate is. Some people believe it's just like one and you're like two halves of a whole. That's kind of like a twin flame, is like someone who like shares your soul. But a soulmate could just be like a soul bond, like a deep soul connection where you're like our souls are connected. It's beyond just like our physical bodies being connected. Our like deep inner beings are infinite. The infinity inside of me is deeply connected with the infinity inside of you. That could be it. I mean, we're all interconnected. We're all one with infinity. We're all one with consciousness. We're all one. That's the other thing. Going back to our discussion earlier about bad bosses and enemies and all that, we're all one. We're all reflections of the same thing. We're all reflections of the divine. Ooh, three-way tie. Three-way tie for the soulmates. That's okay. You don't have to believe in a soulmate. You can just believe in like a beautiful love connection. Everything I just said, but replace soulmate with like partner for life or like long-term partner. Loving, healthy relationship. Whatever you want to call it. I'm not fussed about the language. As humans, we're like trying to describe something that is like beyond our description. I heard the other day someone say like there's no actual way to know that what we feel is the same thing. Like when I say I'm sad, there's no actual way to like determine that when I say that I'm sad and you hear the word sad, that you and I are feeling the same thing. Or when I say love, that when I say I love you, there's no way to determine if like the word that I use for the feeling that I have is the exact same as the feeling that you have and the word that you're using. Like we're trying to describe something that's so abstract with like love and soulmates and like the divine and like, you know, we're all reflections of the infinite. You can call it God if you call it God. We're reflections of God. We're reflections of the infinite. We're reflections of infinity. And like there's no way to capture all of that with like our fumbling human language. Like it's infinite. We cannot possibly grasp infinity. Love is infinite. We like our tiny human brains just can't, and then to try to take what's in our beautiful human brains and then try to make that into words that, and then I say those words, then you understand what's in my brain and in my heart. So take all the words with a grain of salt. It means whatever like you believe it to mean. It means whatever you want it to mean. I hope that helps. If you find the right girl, she will love your burps. I think so. I think so. I'm drinking when you're drinking tomorrow on stream. I actually probably will be drinking. I'm going out with with one of my girlfriends for dinner. So I probably will be drinking, but probably not watching your stream unless I get home from dinner in time, but I'm not sure. So I'll be drinking with you in spirit. Shall we? Friends, I think it's time. I think it is time for us to raid out. I think it's time. It's especially hard with the mess that is the English language. That is about a half dozen languages in a trench coat. English language is weird, man. It's a weird language for sure. I mean, all languages are weird and like made by humans to express things that are so abstract, but we do our best. We do our best. Thank you guys so much for helping me make the first Witchy Wednesday a success. Let me know in Discord how you guys found the stream, if you were like vibing, if like there's any improvements that you think that I could make. I would love to know. We're just gonna keep kind of workshopping it. You guys voted to have this one again next Wednesday, so we thank you for voting. We will do Witchy Wednesday again next Wednesday. Eventually we'll add in a third stream, but like for now we'll do Music Monday, Witchy Wednesday. Feel free to let me know anything that you think could improve the stream. Probably, I don't know, more bubbles probably would improve the stream. Let me know anything else you guys think. I will be back on Monday for Music Monday at 7:30 p.m. ET. Thank you guys so much. I will see you all next time. Bye.